What's up guys, this is Marcel from OneDapperStreet. Welcome to today's video where we're gonna talk about spring-summer trends in menswear, in men's fashion. Now, before we start the video off, I wanna let you guys know that this is a video about fashion, what's currently on the runway, and how you can, within your budget, kind of try and recreate the trends that we're seeing on the runway. Fashion is a little bit less subjective than style. Style is like whatever you like and it kind of always works. Fashion is what's happening right now, so that's what we're gonna concern ourselves with. With that said, I want you to keep an open mind and an open eye for anything you see. I tried to combine as many trends into a few looks, so some of them are maybe a little bit too crazy for your vibe, but I think between the pieces and the trends themselves, you'll find something that you can integrate, and then I'm gonna do another video that's much more focused on, you know, daily style that's a lot easier to pull off. That's about enough talking. Let's start with the first look I'm wearing right now. The two trends that are integrated here, I think one, we've seen it so much, is the relaxed fit of the pants. These pants are a little bit special, I'll talk about them in a second. But just seeing a more relaxed silhouette in the lower body half is something that's been going on for a while on the runway, and now we see it more and more coming even into the retail stores. These pants are from Zara. They have these pockets, like the design is really nice. They have a really nice cut to them, and they have this little strap that you can let dangle if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to. I kind of like it like this, the asymmetry, and overall, I like this design feature. It's small, but it's cool. And the entire look is another trend, which some sites call bohemian, like relaxed, casual, and I really like it. So I'm just wearing a loosely knit top, also from Zara, up top, in a natural color combination. So that's look number one in the first two trends I have for you guys today. And look number two, we've got three trends I want to talk about. One is leather. We've seen so much leather on the runway, literally in all shapes and forms, from pants to shirts to jackets. Of course, a traditional biker leather jacket or a moto leather jacket aren't necessarily something that's super fashion, that's classics. But if you have a piece like this, which is from Levi's premium brand, it's a leather trucker jacket. So I think you'll find a lot of leather in unexpected places. Whether or not that's for you, that's up to you to decide. But I wanted to, of course, mention it. Another trend we got is a little bit of neon. I kind of want to get this one out of the way. I'm not the biggest fan of neon color. Maybe it's because my complexion's fairly pale and it makes me look really washed out. But it is a big thing that we've seen on the runway, again, in all different kinds of places. So in this case, on these Zara pants, they're actually just a neon orange strip on the side. Gonna be honest, I don't love these jeans, but I thought they'd be a great example to show you guys an easy way to integrate it if it's up your alley. And if you're feeling a little bit crazy, we have this bright orange bucket hat, which is from Zara as well. I actually kind of like it. It's so crazy and so out there because it's a bucket hat for one, which is another trend, bucket hat, and like as part of the 90s, we've seen it in the last couple trend videos. So the fall trend video in spring 2018. The 90s aren't really going anywhere. If anything, they're coming back more than ever. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later. But this is if you really want to drive the point of neon color home. So that's look number two, and I tried to at least mellow it out a little bit with a white t-shirt underneath and some Converse. Look number three, and with this look we have another few things going on. I'm wearing a full Zara suit in a tan color and a matching t-shirt also from Zara. Now, streetwear is taking over a lot of men's fashion, also the runways. So we see the elegance returning a lot more to the runways and to men's fashion. That's why I'm wearing a suit right now. Of course, it's not suit, tie, shirt, very traditional. It's more of a modern take on a traditional men's uniform, which is the suit. Some shows like Dior had some beautiful features where there was belts wrapping around. It's really like haute couture of men. That's something I haven't really seen in the stores yet from men. But you can still have a little bit more of a modern take on your suiting, like this suit. For one, the colors. Second, the structure of the suit. It's very sleek. You can also go a little bit more white-legged, a little bit more relaxed. That's definitely up to you. If you have a double-breasted jacket, you can even choose to ditch the shirt. I think in this case I wouldn't do it because it's a single button, it's very bare. But that's another trend that I've seen on the runways a whole lot. So there's a lot going on, even when it comes to re-embracing the suit in menswear. Now let's talk about what I'm wearing on my feet. It's a pair of Birkenstocks. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm German. It is my birthright to wear these, so please bear with me. The trend I am trying to allude to, I actually didn't find a good pair to exemplify that, is hiking sandals. Sandals are difficult for men altogether, and I think, you know, in this case they kind of work, they're comfortable, they're breezy, your feet don't get sweaty when it gets into the summer months. But at the end of the day, it's not my favorite type of footwear. That's why we at FLORAL actually don't have a sandal. Maybe not yet, maybe we'll find a way to make one that you'll love and will love, and then we solve that problem. But for right now, monochromatic look, modern suiting, and sandals, particularly hiking sandals, even though I'm not wearing any. Look number 4. Now before you jump to judgment, give me a second and I'll explain what is going on here, okay? So, several trends going on. Once again, that's the purpose of this video. Let's start with the first one. We'll take it step by step and then I'll tell you what I think about the outfit I'm wearing. How's that? The first trend is this. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's short shorts. Short shorts don't really work for me. I'm not a big fan of shorts altogether. Short shorts, I'm even less of a fan of personally. So many runways, so many designers integrated that into their shows though, and it's something that clearly you can get in a store now. I'm wearing a pair of short shorts from Topman currently. Obviously, at least I want to try and pull them down a little bit so they look a little bit more baggy and work with the rest of the outfit. I've gotten some styling inspiration for this look from what was on a mannequin in Topman on Broadway here in New York, actually. So, underneath, second trend, a windbreaker. Windbreakers in all their forms and variations, different colors, color blocking, neon, or just simple, were seen on the runways at the shows. I actually was at the shows. I saw them there. I saw them again on the trend roundups that I read and on all the shows that I went through to make this video today. And up top, I'm wearing a relaxed shirt. A relaxed short sleeve shirt that is so relaxed actually that it's its own trend. It's so significant in its styling, the way it was styled on the runway. It's meant to be worn up top, it's meant to be layered, and it's meant to be fairly roomy. So in this case, I chose to combine the black windbreaker from Topman with this short sleeve shirt, also from Topman. Next thing is this big thing on my chest. It's called a gilet, I think. That's what my research tells me. Even underneath, you see a bunch of the pockets, and then there's a pocket here. There's a whole lot of pockets on the runway, altogether. They come also in different shapes and sizes. One of them is this gilet. It's a big trend from streetwear. I think you've probably seen it around, maybe on some rappers, maybe not. This one is from Urban Outfitters, and I actually really like the way it looks. It's unique, it's different, but I think in a good way. So a bunch of different pockets, whether they're on your shirt, whether they're on your jacket, whether you wear them, and we're gonna explore a couple more. Under that category also fall fanny packs, which I think a lot of us thought were gonna be a fad and like disappear, but they are still around, but we're gonna talk about that in just a little bit. So, overall we have a black and natural color combination, which I think actually really works. And I finished the look off with a pair of black leather Converse. Imagine just like switching out the shorts for this. This is like a simple pair of black ripped jeans. I think all of a sudden it ties together a lot more, but like I said, I wanted to try and fit as many trends into as little looks as possible. So this is what we ended up with, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I would probably switch out the shorts though if I was trying to rock this. Second to last look, and like I alluded to before, we're gonna talk about the 90s with dad jeans, one trend, and tie-dye, another trend. Tie-dye surprised me a little bit that made a comeback. I've never been a big fan of tie-dye. This is a very simple version of it. For one, in terms of color, because I feel like tie-dye can often be like green and purple and red and yellow, just because it needed another color. But this is a fairly simple version of it. I'm not even sure if it technically classifies as tie-dye. It's a dye, but I'm not, probably. I'm not entirely sure. But this sweatshirt is from Topman, and these dad jeans are from Topman as well. I actually really like them. Like I said in the beginning, the more relaxed fits are definitely coming back in something more fashionable like this, but also in a more simple way, like with a pair of jeans. Around my neck, also very 90s, literally reminding me of like what I used to have hanging around my neck that had my key in it, my Metro card, like the German version of my Metro card, like my Straßenbahn-Abo, and my lunch money. But this one is a little bit more sleek. It's from Zara. It's called a sac de cou. At least that's what Vogue Homme called it, the French Vogue, when I looked into the trend reviews. Seen a lot of this, also for me kind of falls into the category of pockets and like storing stuff. That's what pockets are for, right? Overall, I finished the look off with a pair of the Ultra Forces, so a little bit of a throwback to the 90s as well with the footwear. We have the Nike Air Force Ones, but like the more updated version, it's much more light and a little bit more sleek. But overall, that is my 90s look for today. And the last look, look number 6, and a few things I'm gonna want to talk about with this one. I am wearing a jumpsuit. I could be your mechanic if you wanted me to. I'm available for hire if you email me at Marcel@OneDapperStreet. No, there was a bunch of, God, sorry, that was terrible. There was a bunch of jumpsuits on the runway. Didn't necessarily look like this. I think the sage army green kind of like makes it a little bit more difficult to pull off. This one is from Zara. Now, with it being trending, I was like, okay, let me find a way to make this work. I had just a jumpsuit on without the shirt underneath, which we'll talk about in a second. It's just tough. Something like this, it's such a statement. You really, really need to make it a look for it to work. So underneath, I'm wearing a floral shirt, also from Zara. Floral, it's spring, so it's not necessarily a surprise that that's trending. It was done a little bit differently than it was last year, and we see it in a lot of outerwear and some like sets where like the pants and the top match, whatever it may be, whether it's shorts or pants, whatever. So in this case, I just chose a very simple, cute silk shirt from Zara. Now, with this underneath, it worked more for me. It's definitely like very relaxed towards the bottom. I'm wearing a pair of off-white sneakers with it, the neon orange, kind of playing on that trend also. But this is what I did to make it feel more complete to me. So, we got another bucket hat. One thing that definitely really grew on me over the past year or so, something I would have never thought I'd wear, but now I kind of like him. Like I said before, the sage green, so I'm really bringing that point home. That's definitely something that was trending on the runways. We saw a lot of even monochromatic look with different shades of green, like somewhere around this. Then we have a fanny pack, like I announced I was gonna introduce. And for the whole look, I decided to not wear the entire jumpsuit. I just tied it around my waist. It's a little bit loose. I'm still trying to figure out a proper way. Probably gonna have to tie it a second time. Untuck the shirt a little bit, and now we have the relaxed vibe of just pants with a bunch of extra stuff, which I think looks really cool. Just fabric draping around the back. If you have a belt, you can also just wear it open and like belt something around here, which I don't right now, which I kind of like too. It's kind of like a similar vibe to when you tie a shirt around your waist or a sweater around your waist to get that vibe going. But this is the last look for you guys. I hope you enjoyed what I did with this and what I did with any and all of the looks that I was talking about today. I hope you took something away from it, whether or not it works for you. Like I would love to know what works for you, which of these trends you think you could see yourself integrating into your wardrobe, and which maybe not so much. That's completely cool. I just urge you to express your opinion in a friendly manner, like I always try and express my opinion in a friendly manner to you guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like the video overall. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to change that, because this and a whole bunch of other stuff is going to lead to so many more videos, and you don't want to miss out on those. So thank you one more time. I'll see you very soon with the next video. Until then, stay dapper. Bye guys.